Hi, in this video I'm going to make a brief introduction about chapter 7, which talks about sampling and sample distributions. So basically what we are doing in this chapter, what we're discussing in this chapter is how we can use samples to represent populations. More specifically, we're going to represent population means and proportions because in the real life we do not have all population data. So we don't know what the population mean is. We don't know what the population proportions are. Okay, so we're going to use samples for that. And samples, they can be used to estimate the mean and proportion, to find or to answer something about the population of people or things that we're looking at. Okay, these are some of the concepts we're going to discuss, like selecting a sample, what a point estimation is. Let's discuss sampling distributions, sampling distribution of the sample mean, sampling distribution of sample proportion, and other sampling methods. Okay, to start, it's important to understand some of the terminology that we have to work on in this chapter. For example, an element or an observation is the entity on which data are collected. Okay, the population is a collection of all elements of interest. For example, a population of students in the College of Charleston, a population of students in the whole South Carolina, or the population of professors of high schools in South Carolina, and so on. We can define the population the way we want. A sample is a subset of the entire population. The sampled population is the population from which the sample is drawn, and a frame is a list of the elements that the sample will be selected from. Okay, I'm going to talk more about this terminology as we move on in this chapter. The reason we select a sample is that we want is to collect data to answer a research question about the population. For example, let's say we work for a company and want to know what is the satisfaction of our population of customers. So we cannot survey all customers because I don't know, it's hard, we don't have access, they don't want to answer. For this reason, we select a sample of those customers. The sample results provide only an estimate, is not the true population mean, is not the true population characteristic, is just an estimate. But that's how we work in the world of science, and in this case, more applied to business. This is how what we can do. Like we cannot use all population of customers. We use a sample, and because of that we have an estimate, not the true value, like the true customer satisfaction, for example. The reason is simply because the sample contains only a portion of the population. It's not all customers in this case. But with proper sampling methods, the results can provide a good estimate of the population characteristics. Okay, then I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to talk about selecting a sample from finite and infinite population in the next.